Shalom. Welcome to another crown jewel word analysis video. One concept, one word in various languages. We probably all know Shema Israel, right? Listen, hear, O Israel. So Shema, to hear. That will be the word of today. And in Hebrew that is Shin, Mem, Ayin. Okay? So we have fire, water, 70. In English, very interesting, the word hearing, to hear. In Dutch, horen. We have the ear, and in Dutch we have oor. So the first thing that I noticed was, let's take the word ear, okay? Likkutei Yirah 9 by Yirah H'ari teaches all the letters of the Lashon codes. The E can be written with an ayin. Okay, so I would say it's an ayin with an aleph and a resh. You could leave the aleph out, it's an inkolel, but okay, that's not what it's about. It's about the following. So ear would then be ayin, resh. And what does an ear do? It can hear. So we start with the hey, which is like the H, right? And the hey means within. Behold, within. So within what? Within the ear. So to hear, hey, ein, reis, already tells us it's within the ear. That's why you hear. Dutch, the same thing. Horen. Hey, waf for the O, reis for the R, and then dunun for the N. So within the oren, which is the plural for ears. Same thing. Okay, very interesting stuff. I have to show you on the drawing table. What else did I want to treat? Yes, okay, so very interesting. What you'll see later also in the calculations is that hearing, so hey, ayin, hey to the aleph, ayin to the shin, reis to the mem sofit, yud again to the shin, and a nun to the mem. So we have a word that's connected to all the mother letters, and we know that to hear, hearing, is connected to the world of Beria, and Beria is Bina Elohim. We'll go through that in a bit from now. So that was the part I would have to show you here on the crown jewel. Let's go to the drawing table. So what I really want to do first before we start analyzing the word here or ear, or in Dutch oren or Shema, I want to read for you. This is from the Stone Edition Tanakh. Okay, I'll keep it a little bit closer. You'll see the yellow marked. וידבר השם אליכם מתוך האשכול דברים אתם שמיים ותמונה עיניכם רעים זולתי כל. So this says, Hashem spoke to you from the midst of the fire. You were hearing the sound of words, but you were not seeing a likeness, only a sound. Now there's a word sound here. So this is Deuteronomy 4 verse 12. Okay, so it has there the word Shema. Yud Mem is me, Ima. So, Ima, but cause 136. Okay, 136 is the value of Hasamael. So, there are implications, of course. And it says, you are hearing the sound of words, but you are not seeing a likeness. Hearing is level Bria, and the level after, higher up, is Atzilus, which is seeing. And you'll see as we go here that you can clearly find that it's only through Bria and Bina that you come to the level of Atzil. Okay? Which no man has a soul from Atzil except for one, Ben Chacham Yishmach Av. But that's for another study. Then here we have the Shema. Okay, so Shema Yisrael, Hashem Eloheinu Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, Hashem is our God, Hashem is the one and only. This is the Shema, we said that 2 times a day, having each 25 letters. 25 plus 25 is 50, which is 50th gate. And 50th gate, let me see, it is explained here in the Zohar, book 22, Katetzi 13, the Leviathan, which is about the faithful shepherd, was the Melech HaMashiach. And here it says, in the meantime the holy luminary came. The faithful shepherd opened and said, Mishnah sages, who is the Leviathan? The holy luminary answered him, it is he whose great is the central pillar, and the righteous man of whom it says that we consider his body and member of the covenant as one. Okay? And he grows in that sea, which is supernal Ima, which is a sea where the Holy One, blessed be He, is unified in 25 and 25 letters, which is the Shema Yisrael, right? The numerical value of which is that of Yam, sea. Okay? And who is in it? Who indeed? Because who is me, and me, im, hence at Ima, Bina. The faithful shepherd said, surely this Leviathan stands on the beach and the world is poised on his fins. The righteous is an everlasting foundation. Okay? The holy luminary said, blessed is your portion, faithful shepherd. Okay, so now one more source, we'll do that, and then we'll start just drawing everything out, and then we have here read a couple of the prerequisites that you need, because in Likkutei Yirah 9 by Yirah H'ari, the sefer for all the prerequisites, the sefer to learn about the Lashon HaKodesh also starts with here, gate 1 of 50 gates being the 22 Hebrew letters. Okay, so interesting here is to tell you that the temple, but in the temple, Bina, in example, the mother's Torah, all the letters dwell. Okay, so I'm reading you this because I know we'll come across things and it will all fall together during this video. Okay, so the temple is the mother's, is the 22 letters and the mother's Torah, right? And all the letters dwell there. So let's proceed. Yes, that was it. Here you can buy a physical copy on bookbaby.com or amazon.com if you cannot afford one, then, but it's handy, so you can put tabs, everything. I like to have a physical copy, but not everyone is in the financial capacity of buying one, so then we have a free PDF for you. Okay, just ask for it and we'll provide you with one. Okay, so let's get started. We had the words horen, Dutch. We'll start with horen because that is a simple one. which is a Hey, Vav, Resh, and we can do an Ayin because it's an E in Dutch, Horen. So we write it, this is mirror, Horen. So, okay, that's that letter, 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 so on and so forth. Like we explained, this is within, okay? It's in, that's open. This is binding, okay? Or Zer Einpin, can be Zer Einpin. This is the forms, race. Ayin is 70. Hinting at nations. Israel is also 70, by the way. And the 6 forms project upon the 7th. Nun, value is 50, hints at Bina. So we have here already a couple of things, because Zerampin within, Nun, right? Bina, 50th gate. We have Ra, we have evil. Reish, Ayin is evil. We have Nun, Vav, Reish, Hey, which is Nora, which is light, right? That light, source. Aleph, Taf, which is sound. Sound is letters, right? So we have high frequency, mid frequency, low frequency, right? The mother letters from which all the other letters derive. So it's all connected. And that's why I showed you Likkutei Yirah 9 also, that the temple, the letters that dwell there, it's all connected. It's all connected. So this is the Dutch, okay? So I didn't want to make it too extended, because the most you will recognize in your own language, that being either Hebrew or English, which is the majority of our viewers, of course. So, but it is interesting to see that in other languages it works as well. So once again, within the ear, to hear. Okay. Where were we? Well, let's write it down now in English. Okay, here goes. So, Hey, Ayin, Resh, Yud, Nun, Gimel. Okay, hearing. Now here again we have the 70 nations, forms, Zerampin. We have the Hey within, make it an arrow within. We have the race, which was forms, right? Forms. We have the combination of Hey and race, which is Har, it's mountain. Because the first verse I read to you from Deuteronomy 4, verse 12, was at Mount Sinai, where we found the call 2 times. So the 70 standing at the mountain, and then we have Yud and Gimel. Yud Gimel values 13, which is the value of Echad, 1, which is also found in the Shema. We'll go deep into the Shema in a little bit from here. So Echad is found in it, and still here the Nun, which was the 50th gate, right? 50th gate. So that's all in there. Within, right? The Har, the mountain, 70, the forms, standing at that mountain. That mountain is the forms, by the way, also representing. Yud, Gimel, 13, Echad. Okay, so that should be clear. What else did I have? Because, if I'm not mistaken, Yud, Nun, Gimel is 63. So these 3 together value, so Har at the mountain, 63, and 63 is Sag, which is the 63 name, right? 63 name. Okay, so also connected to Berea Bina, but the 63 of the 72. Okay, we'll get back to that later. I had a couple more things. Let me first write this one for you down. So that would be the Yud, He, Vav, He. Yud, He, Vav, He. I also had, well, the Yud is also an allusion to the point, which is Chochmah, because Bina, Ima, is always the way to Chochmah, of course. That'll also pop back up later. So we had also the combination here of Ra, Reish Ayin, 270, evil, or Hara, the evil, okay? So there's many things found in there. Let me see if there was something else. Yes, I think that I already showed you that hearing it was connected to all the mother letters indeed on the crown. So then now would be a good time to dive into the Shema Israel, because Shema Israel values altogether 1108. I'm not gonna count it out. I'm very positive about it. Well, we're gonna do it so, as such. Shema is 410, 340 and 70. Israel is 541. Israel 541. Hashem, I'll do it just like so, but it's 26, okay? And then Eloheinu, okay, Nu is 102. We have another Hashem is 26, and Echad is 13. Altogether is 1118. So, fit a little bit. So, and we have some new space. Okay, so this 1118. What can we say about this? Well, first of all, the Shema in ordinal would be 21, the Mem 13, and the Ayin 16. So 21 plus 13 is 34, plus 16 is 50. It's another allusion to 50th gate, Bina. Okay? So Shema, 50th gate, Bina. Even Rabbi Shimon, however you pronounce it, it's written as such with a Vav and a Nun, hints at Bariatic Bina. Okay, so all connected. Let's proceed, because what can we say about this number here? 1118. It is, to begin with, it's a lot of things. It is the 13 of Echad, 13 times 86, which is Elohim. Elohim equals Bina, okay? Elohim equals Bina. So now, we have another verse, which is interesting. I'll just write the whole verse down. We have space now. A verse from 2 Samuel 7, 23. And go so. Umi kamecha ki Yisrael goy echad ba'aretz. That was it. Ba'aretz. So, and who is like your people, like Israel, one nation in the world? Okay? Who is like your people, your Israel, Goy nation, Echad, one, Ba'aretz, in the world? So the value of this phrase, yes, we'll do it here, is 1092. Because what is missing? Elohim created without Abba. Elohim created without Abba, and now I remember that I missed a certain thing I found. I will get back to that first because it's important. I've got it in my notes, and it is namely yes, I remember. So, Har, so it's the mountain, right? Harich. So if we take these letters, I'll write it here. Pay close attention. We take out the nun, okay? So then we have Hey, Ayin, Reish, Yud, Gimel. And we have Nun, which was the 50th gate, or Bina, okay? But what is Harich? 5 plus 70, 75 plus 200, 275 plus 10, 285 plus 8 is 288, which were the sparks that fell, but it's also the Ibur, which is the pregnancy. Okay, Ibur, Yenuka, Gatlus. This is really the process, and it all starts by listening. Shema Yisrael, because we have no sight yet. You start by listening, okay? Start by doing the Shema. Start by the Hebrew letters. That's why it's gate 1 of the 50 gates in Likkutei Yirah. Okay, that's the first and foremost important thing to go your way. To become in awe, you need the letters. That's why the second gate is awe, which is the first precept, by the way. But to get there, you need the Hebrew letters, you need the Lashon, and it is being expounded up on today. It is back, and it was not there because only Messiah knows of the letters, who toils in it, and he brought us this amazing Sefer, which is unmissable. Unmissable. Really, you want to know your Maker, you want to know your Creator, you want to have a relationship with Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, with your Elohim, through Elohim to Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. That's why, so that goes to the Ibur, right? And Ibur is pregnancy, which is in the womb of Ima. You develop your Chochmah Bina Das is being developed within the Netzachot Yesod of Ima. Okay, and also the level Chaya, which is soul level, which comes from Atzilut. This is higher up than Beriatic, because this, what we're speaking about, Shema is Beriatic Torah, right? The letters. But it's only through the you cannot skip this, through the Beriatic Torah that you can restore the breach, so to say, and receive that ibur, right? 288, and then you will be not a bastard, a mamzer anymore, but you will be connected to Yudke Vavke, and this is why 1092 of the verse, and who is like your people, like Israel, one nation in the world, if you connect them to Yudke Vavke, you get 1118 again. Okay, so it's very clear, it's all in there. Now, this part of the phrase, Ki Yisrael Goy Echat Be'aretz, from here on, values 886. Okay, 886. 886. So we have three permutations of Elohim. Okay. Aleph. That's it. So that's better. Aleph. Lamed. Hey. Yud. And Mem. Values 291, sorry. 291 there is. Then we have another Aleph. Lamed. Hey. Yud. Mem. 295. And then the last would be Aleph, Lamed, He, Yud, Mem, which is 300, making a total of 886. Now we add to that Yud, He, Viv, He, 72, name of Yud Ke Vav Ke, Yud, He, Vav and He, see? Yud, check if it's still inside on the camera, yes, Yud, He, Vav, He, 63 letter name, which came across, remember? It was the suck of hearing, yes. The last three letters of the Yud, Nun and Gimel was 63. We already came across it. Okay, let's proceed. Yud. Ha. Vav. Ha. Yud Ha Vav Ha, which is 45 letter name, and the Yud Hey Vav Hey, which is the 52 letter name, 4 legs to the throne, right column, left column, both center, Zeranpin. Okay, many things to say about that, but the important thing for now is the following. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11, plus 5 is 16, plus 2 is 18. Put a 1, that's 9, 16, 22, 26, 31. Put a 1 here, plus 3, 1118. Shema. Shema. Fire, womb, 70. Israel, the nations, 70. Okay? There ought to be only one nation, unification, which is why it says Shema Echad. Listen, everything is connected. Don't think, oh, my mother is not Jewish, I cannot do this is all. That's religion. That's okay. People need to stay where they are or come out from where they are. We don't decide for others and we don't criticize, but I'm telling you that there's deeper layers and it's saying something completely else, and it calls those who have ears to listen, and from listening comes seeing. So this is the message today, to hear, okay? Shema Israel. We are at that mountain, okay? We are. It's not a historical book that tells us about some figures back then and oh nice, and no, it's actual. You are in the desert, right? You want everyday meat, you have everyday blessings, and you complain every day about how miserable your life is. Stop it. Start listening and start seeing. So many blessings, much love. I hope this was very helpful, and see you in the next video.